Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be looking at the 3 LEGO Ninjago Season 12 arcade pods. So these are 3 separate sets. This is the one for Kai, this is the one for Jay, this is the one for Lloyd. They're all very, very similar, so we'll just look at them together. So check it out. For each of these, all the LEGO stuff that you get is just right there. I'll go ahead and start with the Kai one, just because it was closest to me. This is everything. This is the arcade cabinet, which, or arcade pod officially, which looks like an arcade cabinet. It's oversized. Here's a comparison to a minifigure. So it's like, I don't know, what, 2 times sized for a minifig, just relatively speaking. Uses very specialized pieces. The entire pod itself, or cabinet, is a specialized part, just one huge part, a single molded piece. And then other LEGO parts are attached to that. So if you're new to this, I just want to let you see exactly what all is LEGO compatible here. So there are some studs there in the center. You see there's another row behind where the window was added, the monitor area. And then it had studs on the, or anti-studs on the underside. So this is just a regular plate that's attached here. And then there's a door on the back, which is attached with clips. And these are regular bar-sized, just normal ones that a figure can hold on to. So in terms of compatibility, that's how that works out. So there are different things that you could potentially do to change things up. Got anti-studs there, studs all across the top of this as well. Studs here, and then anti-studs back here on the back of this tab. Now, when you open this up, you see there's a minifigure in there, and then a bunch of accessories on the back. Well, to really get in there properly, you want to go ahead and just pull all of this off. It's very easy because it is one piece, and there are those anti-studs. That reveals the full insides, so you can see everything that you can get. Just imagine in-game, in-world, all the stuff that you could get from going up to this kiosk. So there is a full figure in each one, and then the parts needed to make an entire additional figure, plus a bunch of accessories for them. So let me go ahead and, for Kai now, take all this stuff off and assemble together a full figure and add the accessories to this one. There we go. That's everything. So this is a full figure, and this one has all the stuff on it to make it complete as well. And I just do want to point out that taking the accessories off this back door is a little bit annoying because the clips don't have a tremendous amount of clutch power. They're just single clips, and so they pull off very easily. Just a small, insignificant annoyance. I will show you all of the figures, up close and everything, but let me first go through just each of the full pods. So here's Jay's pod, and that is a sticker for each of these. It's a huge sticker that goes on the side. Another one on this side that's just mirrored. This is a sticker down here, and then you also have this 2x4 tile, which gets the sticker for the controls. And other than that, there are some spare stickers, which I will show you with the spare pieces. And this is how this one is set up. They all have the same basic build. Pop that out. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And once again, you get the digi version of the character, a bunch of extra parts, and the pieces needed to make the avatar version. And we'll show all these. I will show all of these up close very soon. Last but not least, Lloyd pod. Again, same thing is going on here. The only fundamental difference in the builds between these, other than colors and stickers and everything, is that the Lloyd pod in particular has these different shapes sticking out here compared to just the 1x2 cheese slopes for whatever reason. And then opening this one up, a little bit different with the accessories in there. Full figure. Time to do a little building. And that is all done. All right, let's go ahead and start with these, taking a closer look. Again, the one on the left is the Avatar version, so Avatar Lloyd, and on the right is the Digi version, so Digi Lloyd here. And I believe the Avatar version just represents what the character looks like in social spaces in the game world, compared to the Digi version being the fighting representation of actual self who will participate in the games themselves, the game and or games themselves. And the Digi version is pretty standard, what you've seen in other sets, just with the golden hilt, the golden game controller, which is nice. Little kind of collectible piece, in my opinion. And the other one just gets kind of wild, just does different things. Now, for that Avatar Lloyd, the print for the torso is not so good with the yellow. Definitely needed more opacity, needed like white to be printed underneath that, because it's a little bit difficult to see at first. That's supposed to be skin tone. Looking around the back, you can see that's supposed to be a hoodie as well that he's wearing. And let me take some stuff off. So there we go. Alternate face for Digi Lloyd, as well as a clear look at the print on the back of that torso. And then for Avatar Lloyd, better look at his actual face with the interesting markings, tattoo-like markings in gold on him as well. Avatar J seems to have taken on the persona of a glam metal rocker or something like that. Comes with the guitar, which is just in dark azure for the color, and a unique head print and unique torso print. Uses the exact same leg print, though, interestingly, and leg set, hip and leg set, as the Digi version of him. It's just odd, but I don't know, I guess it worked for him. Really strange that they did that, though. White hairpiece is pretty cool. Then you get the full Digi version of him as well. Pretty good printing on the back of that torso. And both of these figures have alternate faces, or secondary faces. Good to get an alternate expression for the Avatar version there. And there's a clearer look around the front with nothing obscuring anything. Kai just chose Pyromaniac for his Avatar alter ego, which is simple, but, kind of allows him to unleash the wilder side of his fire powers in this world. Has the yellow colored hairpiece for him, which is hard plastic. It's not soft, rubbery in its composition. And I really like this Avatar version of Kai, to be honest with you. It's very distinct. I think that the production work is pretty good. Very good print on the back of that torso as well. But only the Digi version has a secondary face, unfortunately. It was a good opportunity to have a different expression, but here's what they look like from the front. In terms of spare parts, here's a representative example from the Kai set. So for the most part, you're just getting a bunch of the extra weapon parts in the trans neon greenish yellow color, one stud, possibly one other piece, and then this is what the sticker sheets typically look like once you're done building the set. They do give you a bunch of extra stickers, and that does vary a little bit from one to the next. So going back to the Lloyd one, just focus on these up here. Notice that a bunch of them change out right there. And then lastly, looking at the J one, once again, some change, some don't. All right, so if you see one of these packages in person, you'll probably think like I did, that's a lot of stuff to get from Lego for $10. But then, when you compare the package size to what you actually build out of that, there's quite a very, 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 very significant difference. There's way too much packaging involved here. I understand that they wanted to, have some impact on display on a store shelf and everything, but still, don't let that initial impression of the box sway you too much. That said, bring it in close to me so you can see for the relative scale, this is a little thing, right? That said, I do feel like you're getting very nearly $10 worth of Lego stuff here, to be honest. With 2 full figures, accessories, and this pretty cool box that's useful. I highly recommend that folks try using this or these for custom things, because why not? Yeah, they're specialized pieces, and yeah, a lot of people hate specialized pieces of any sort, even though Lego has been using specialized pieces of all sorts for a long time, like many, many decades, back into the golden days. And everybody has depending upon their age, has a different understanding of what were the golden days of Lego. But, you go back to the 90s, you go back to the 80s, you even go back into the 70s and before. Lego's made a lot of specialized pieces for a long, 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 long time. And a lot of those have been very, very useful parts. So I think that these are very, very useful parts. But even if you're not worrying about doing custom stuff, still, it's just a cool thing. It's just cool packaging that is fully Lego compatible, and it makes sense. It's just cool. Half of me wishes that these were larger because of the box, but a larger half of me wishes they were smaller, just so that they would be a little bit closer to minifig scaled, you know? Because Lego does make, these days, arcade cabinets, custom built ones, you know, in various sets. They've been doing it for a while. It's always a treat when they show up, in my opinion. But these are quite a bit too large for minifig scale, you know, to actually use as an arcade cabinet. But to use as a mascot for a place where an arcade will be or something, or just to go beyond that and to start to build a building around this or a spaceship or something, put in a different orientation, it just seems cool. Anyway, I feel like the value is here. I think that the $10 price point is absolutely golden for Lego. I've said this many times. I will continue to say it in the future. I want to see Lego doing more and more and more $10 sets. $10 to $15, but 10 is just amazing. If they can do something this nice for that price, no matter what it is, whether it's a structure, it's a couple of figures, it's a vehicle or something, just $10 just feels like a great price point that is accessible to a lot of people, and they've proven that they can make good deals and interesting products at that price point. So those are my thoughts. The builds for these are very simple, but I did, as usual, my pure build and my speed build. These are, you know, all three are grouped into each type of video. You can check those out if you want to. Links in the video description, and I'll talk to you again as soon as I can, which will be indeed quite soon.